everybody, we're back in the shop with John Lomas Custom Furniture, and the job I'm going to do today that I'm going to show you is how to bend an apron for the end of this DN dining table, which is made of walnut with these turned legs, and it has a drawer in the middle, but right now we're going to make this curved apron. And we're going to do that with a combination of walnut slices, which I've milled down to 1/8 inch thick, and they are 4 inches wide at the moment, but by the time we're done milling the apron down, it'll end up at 3.5. So I have 2 slices of walnut, which will sandwich 2 pieces of 3/8 bending ply, which is very clever stuff. Has all the grain running in one direction, except for this tiny thin layer in the middle, which stops the whole thing falling apart. And as you can see, it's really floppy until you glue it up, and after that it becomes completely rigid. Very good stuff, and it saves a lot of walnut and quite a lot of time, and gives an excellent result. So the way we're going to start this, I made this jig, which is designed to allow the pieces to bend around it. The holes in the top allow access for the clamps, so they can be slid down into the jig. And we start from the middle and work around. Each one of these pieces is very slightly radiused to meet this 18-inch diameter curve. And so here we go. Let's start by threading some glue. This is Titebond 3, which has a nice long open time and is waterproof. I will be staining this piece, so it's nice to know that the glue line will not be affected by the water-based aniline dye that I'll be using once the piece is completed. So we roll the glue on every surface. So here we go, turn that one over there, and try to get it centered with my line. Here's a line right in the middle, that should help. There we are. And turn that one over, and we've got one more piece of the sandwich to go. Sandwich of layers, all ready to put onto the jig. Just have a little quick clean up here. Get the glue off the bench before it sets. And so now I've got a center mark on the jig right there, and we're going to start clamping from the middle and work our way around. Oh, I forgot a layer. I need this layer as well to go on the outside. That layer will not stay there. That's just a backer. So we start clamping from the middle and gently work it around and squeeze the glue out towards the ends. Like so. There's 11 clamps to go on, so I'm sure Laura will edit out some of this process. So here we are, just getting the last couple of clamps on. And There it is. Now I waxed the lower surface of the jig because, as you can see, there's a lot of glue squeeze out, and the idea is to be able to separate the apron from the jig. If you forget to wax that, you're going to have a pretty tough time getting it off there. So that's important. So there you have it. There's a sandwich of walnut on the inside, 2 pieces of bending ply, walnut on the outside, and that's the nicest piece, and then the backing piece is here. I'm going to leave this for about 3 hours, and then I'm going to plane one face of the apron, run it through the saw, get it to 3.5 inches, square up my ends, and then figure out my exact mortise placement once I know what my final curve looks like. And I'll be putting another mortise in these legs, which will correspond to the exact position of this apron. There should be very little spring back when this comes out of the jig. So anyway, that's how I laminate a curved apron. And I think you can see there is almost no spring back. Tiny little bit there so far. Well, a little bit more. As you see, the waxing at the bottom paid off. And there it is. 7/8 of an inch thick. Nice curve. Sprung back. Tiny amount. Not enough to cause any trouble at all. So, next job is to get it all flat, straight, down to 3.5 inches, square off the ends, put some tenons in it, and fit it to the legs. So there you have it. Nice laminated apron.